Hey everyone, in this video I would like to discuss why I chose a Cybertruck over other electric trucks currently available on the market. Because there are a few great options available now if you are looking particularly for a good electric truck. It's interesting to own it because we see a lot of Cybertruck hate and admiration, but nobody is indifferent to this vehicle. Everyone is either impressed or highly disappointed. It's a topic for another video why it's happening, as it's not just about its visual design but also about many other things, including Tesla and Elon Musk in particular, and some unnecessary symbolism that people put into this vehicle for whatever reason. And only this thing proves that Tesla got what they wanted. This vehicle is a marketing on the wheels, and this is pretty obvious. And I honestly don't care, as I told already, I just simply like the design. While there is a lot of things going on around the design of this vehicle, this video is not about it. Is it a good vehicle overall? Why did I choose it? How did I choose it? There are so many questions. I tried to structure my thoughts as good as possible, but I admit that there might be some mistakes because we're all humans. And if so, if you want to argue with me because you disagree, or because you are agree but it's technically not arguing, don't hesitate to comment down below and I will answer. So let's start. So first of all, why do we need a truck? I discussed this extensively in my video review of my Model S Plaid. If you want more information, please don't hesitate to watch it because it's a nice video.
Hey, I guess this is my car.
In short, our situation is very simple. My wife drives a Model Y, which is basically a standard mom's car, so she's carrying our kids around the city and so on. I have another car that I use for business and family road trips. It was the Model S Plaid, which I traded in for the Cybertruck. Well, technically I sold it, but anyway. While the Model S is an amazing car, and I genuinely think so, it is not the proper second car if you live somewhere in the mountains with a lot of service roads that sometimes don't even look like roads, and you need to go outdoors once in a while. Also, I'm becoming more and more interested in woodworking and manufacturing in general, and I need a truck for transporting 2x4s, plywood, various tools, and such.
Okay, I think it counts as doing some truck stuff, so having some garbage inside.
Choosing between a diesel truck and an electric truck is quite a straightforward process for me, and I would say for anyone who has been driving an electric vehicle. They would prefer another electric vehicle when possible over any diesel or gas vehicle because electric cars are simpler, much better for everyday driving, more fun to drive, and generally they are more versatile tools that you can use daily because they are just batteries on wheels, huge batteries on wheels. Tools, they are, what is happening and why? I personally don't tow much, and I completely understand that for people who tow every day at or for their job, or need to go somewhere where electricity is unavailable, the choice is pretty simple, and it's a diesel truck. However, for everyday use, an electric truck is definitely much better for 99% of our use cases. It is a better choice, and when we need a diesel truck, I'd rather just rent a diesel truck if we go to Alaska for some reason or something similar. It would be much cheaper this way than owning another big diesel truck, which would be very expensive to maintain and not as fun to drive compared to any kind of electric truck. But also, who defines the fun, right? And to be completely fair, I have criticized the range of the Cybertruck, and I still believe that it is probably its biggest disadvantage, especially for people who tow. When towing, you would prefer more range rather than less, even if the infrastructure is as good as Tesla's or even twice or 3 times better. It does not matter because you would want as much range as possible if you are towing or going somewhere for outdoor activities or camping or something similar, you might decide to spend time away from civilization. In such cases, you would prefer to have as many resources as possible, so at least I would love to have that option. I have owned 5 Teslas and the Cybertruck is my 6th. I might be biased or just maybe tired of them because they are so similar. While I love Tesla's features and technology, I want something different. This could be seen as either bias or fatigue from the same experience over and over again. But it is important to mention for this context of this video, so you understand my perspective.
Fruit. Tits. Plant. It's the same. Yes, Captain. Sure, they look the same.
Let's talk about the options that I had. There are a few electric trucks available nowadays. The available options are really great everyday vehicles. And to be fair, all these options are amazing, but they are designed for different types of people, different types of tasks, and such. It's important. My main options were the F-150 Lightning, the Chevy Silverado, the Rivian R1T obviously, and also I was like, hey, there is a Hummer EV. However, I was not considering the Hummer as a pickup truck, but it's an interesting vehicle nonetheless. But not exactly what I was looking for. The F-150 Lightning has a great usable space with a huge trunk and many power outlets, which I absolutely love, but its media system and interior are not as good as Tesla's. While it's a capable work truck, it's not ideal for our mixed use of camping, groceries and work. Not just work, it would do, but we found a better option for sure, and the same goes for the Silverado. The Silverado has an amazing range and it was tempting to buy it specifically because of that reason. It has also the biggest bed out of all, with an absolutely enormous space in the back, plus a lot of thoughtful storage within the truck and power outlets too. However, its interior design and poor infotainment system are not my thing, especially compared to Tesla's or Rivian's. And yeah, I know we are talking about a pickup truck, but it's 2024 and I still remember Winamp. It hurt me alright, okay? Rivian. I actually love Rivian. I especially adore its interior design. I like it much more than Tesla's and I prefer this kind of aesthetics way more. It's very cozy. I also like that they focus on the outdoors, camping, going into the wild and road trips. Everything that I love and appreciate in vehicles the most. Also, they have the range, at least on paper. I had already pictured in my mind that my next vehicle is going to be either Rivian R1T or R1S. However, after researching, I discovered that they don't have any reliable autopilot system yet. Well, they do, and they don't. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, which is really opposite of what I consider as reliable. So I decided to postpone my decision, and especially after I experienced the new FSD version 12 from Tesla, and it was mind-blowing.
Oh, this is sick.
It may seem funny, but it's 2024. I've used FSD since the beginning technically, and it's a big deal. Since they released FSD version 12 about a year ago, everything has changed. I seriously don't want to own any other vehicles that can drive itself. It's a huge deal, especially once you try and get used to it. It's probably the most luxurious feature you can demand from a vehicle in 2024.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cat. Where can I take you tonight?
Tesla introduced FSD version 12 around a year ago when they opened next to other auto manufacturers, and they knew allowing others to use their chargers would create another cash flow, but they wouldn't lose customer loyalty because they had simply another big thing, FSD.
Drive!
Would you please repeat the destination?
Oh, anywhere, just go!
After researching and comparing all the pros and cons of the Cybertruck, I realized I don't like one simple thing: its range. I would definitely prefer more range for towing larger items, and traveling further without charging concerns. However, I then realized that the range is actually more than the range of my Model Y and just slightly less than my Model S Plaid. So to be clear, for me personally, this is still a huge downside because I definitely prefer the promised 500 miles of range in the Cybertruck's best trim without sacrificing bed space with the range extender, and that's bummer. If Cyber Beast had 500 miles of range, I would definitely buy it instead, but I got an all-wheel drive version. Also, this is the only truck that provides FSD, seamless NACS integration, the best infotainment system, and guaranteed over-the-air software updates. These are very important things to me, as someone who has a smartphone in his pocket and knows that its software will improve over the years because its manufacturer will keep improving the user experience. And the same applies to Tesla. And this is what two of these truck manufacturers are either missing or not capable of doing. The closest to this philosophy after Tesla is Rivian, which is why I seriously considered it as my next pickup truck, but decided against it until they have a reliable autopilot system, or even better, start licensing FSD from Tesla because it is that good.
Masterwork, unmistakably. This is an abomination.
Another overlooked aspect is standardization. While pickup trucks look similar, they have different mounts, dimensions, and design elements that complicate accessory manufacturing. The Cybertruck, however, has a straightforward geometric design that many people don't get yet, but it's a huge deal because it's simpler for manufacturers to work with, and it's easy to work with, again, because it's basically a huge triangle. People customize their trucks because they want to do something specific that hasn't existed before. But when you have a huge amount of different accessories, it's easier to buy those instead of making them from scratch. Sometimes, because you have a standard, and around that standard people create accessories, and I think it's kind of exciting to have something like that you can improve or rebuild however you want over time. Since the Cybertruck is clearly here to stay and will likely be one of the most popular trucks in North America, especially when the price will drop, and it will drop eventually, many manufacturers will start creating accessories specifically for it. Given that it's a full-size truck, not just a family car, this is crucial. A very important thing for truckers, I think, besides carrying and towing things around, is easily finding necessary accessories for their specific needs to tow and carry things around. And looking at the Model Y, currently the world's most popular vehicle, you can see the vast ecosystem of accessories and markets built around it. And I predict that the Cybertruck's accessory market will be even larger. Now let's talk about a few things that I didn't know when I bought the Cybertruck and that I discovered for myself as very cool things. The steer-by-wire feature is simply amazing, especially for a truck, and it's one of the main Cybertruck's features. Until you try it, you won't understand, I guarantee it. This truck feels like a bigger version of a go-kart, not a truck. It's very easy to maneuver and park even in tight spots. And being a Tesla, it can park itself if needed. It's impossible to fully explain how cool this thing is, and it's a necessary feature. It makes driving such a big vehicle significantly easier, and I highly recommend to test drive it and maneuver it somewhere around. Another thing that impressed me a lot is the build quality and the quality of materials both inside and outside of the truck. The gaps of the interior and exterior are acceptable for a truck, and I would say that I don't see any uneven surfaces or uneven gaps or other issues like those reported for early builds.
I can't afford what you were done. You take your times, you check with that. I try the size of all you need. You wanna close.
The materials inside are very nice, although I find some surfaces a little too gentle for a truck, which is probably not a bad thing, but you gotta be careful. I would prefer some more durable materials, to be honest, and I also shared my thoughts about third-party accessories, and it's all quite customizable, I would say. I think I will make a video about it, so you can subscribe to this channel, but again, I don't insist. Fingerprints are overrated because many people are babying their expensive trucks, well, which is understandable, but probably they shouldn't do that because they are being overly protected of something that's supposed to be an indestructible beast. So what is the point? It is fine not to be overprotective, and also if you live somewhere other than the most western tip of California, your truck will get dirty in no matter of time because of the elements, because of the people around, and the crap that you load into it. So the problem is definitely overrated. Yes, they are visible if you get close, and no, they are not visible if you step away from your truck. Because, well, this is how your vision works.
Yes, science!
Will I be wrapping it? Well, most likely I will not, because I like the aesthetics of the raw metal of this truck, and wrapping it diminishes the whole idea of something indestructible that you shouldn't care about, transforming it into something destructible that you will care about because you don't want to scratch or damage the film on your truck, which would be just another layer of headache to fix it. So most likely no. But I still think that if I find something incredibly cool and aesthetically pleasing or something like that, I will probably give it a shot, but it's not certain. So this is a video why I chose the Cybertruck over other electric trucks. It's a little bit more than that because it has slightly transformed into discussion about something cool about this truck, which is probably a topic for another video. And talking about another video, a very cool one is coming up soon, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for your time. Whew, finally finished it.